Now we can see another example for the conversion of NFA to DFA. So initially, what will be the solution for this? In last video itself, we saw the conversion of NFA to DFA with another example, right? So now we have to write the transition table for your NFA. So how you will be writing your transition table? You have to give del of n, and you will be writing all those transition states. So you will be having Q0 as the initial state, Q1 intermediate state, and Q2 will be your final state. Your input symbols will be 0 and 1. Okay, so now we have to write Q0 with respect to 0. So Q0 with respect to 0 is moving to Q2 alone. So you will be writing Q2 alone. So then Q0 with respect to 1, it is not moving to anywhere, so we can write it as 5. Then Q1 with respect to 0, it is moving to null, so we can write it as 5. And then Q1 with respect to 1, it is moving to Q0 as well as Q2. So you have to join both the states and write it as Q0 comma Q2. Then again Q2 with respect to 0, it is moving to Q0 and Q1 as well. So we will be writing Q0 comma Q1. And Q2 with respect to 1, it is moving to Q0 alone. So you will be writing Q0 again. So this is your transition table for your NFA. Now you have to write the transition table for DFA. That is your conversion part. So how to write the conversion part? That is your transition table for your DFA. So you have to write del D, and you have to start it with your initial state Q0 with respect to 0 and 1. Q0 with respect to 0 is moving to Q2, and Q2 with respect to Q0 with respect to 1 it is moving to 5. Right, again then you have to write Q1 with respect to Q2 with respect to 0 it is moving to Q0 comma Q1, right? Now again with respect to 1 it is moving to Q0. Now you have to write, this is our new state, right? So for this new state you have to write your transition Q0 comma Q1. So how you will be writing your transition function? I have already mentioned, right? Transition function you have to write it as, now we are identifying for del D. Del D of Q0 comma Q1 with respect to 0. So what you will be writing? Del N of Q0 comma 0 union Q1 comma 0. So this is how you will be writing your transition function. So what will be Q0 comma 0? It is Q2 union Q1 comma 0, it is 5. So you will be getting Q2. So you have to include here as Q2. So then you have to write with respect to 1. So del D Q0 comma Q1 with respect to 1. So you will be having del of n Q0 comma 1 union Q0 comma 1 and Q1 comma 1. So what you will be getting as answer? Q0 comma 1 it is Q2, Q0 comma 1 it is null, union Q1 comma 1 it is Q0 comma Q2. So finally you will be getting the answer as Q0 comma Q2. So now you have to include the new state as Q2. Q2 will be your new state. Q0 comma Q2. So again you have to do the same. So what you will be getting for Q0 comma Q2? You will be getting as Q0 comma Q1 comma Q2. Then Q0 comma Q2 with respect to 1 you will be getting Q0. So again this will be your new state. So Q0 comma Q1 comma Q2. So you have to combine all these three. So what you will be getting again? Q0 comma Q1 comma Q2. So again with respect to 1 you will be getting as Q0 comma Q2. So with this all the new states will be over, right? So now you have to draw your transition diagram. So this will be your transition diagram for DFA. So what will be your initial state here? Initial state will be Q0 followed by Q2. Then you will be having Q0 comma Q1. Then you will be having Q0 comma Q2. Then you will be having Q0 comma Q1 comma Q2. So which will be your final state here? Whichever is present with Q2 will be your final state. So Q2 will be a final state, Q0 comma Q2 will be a final state, and this also will be a final state. So I have to give double round notation for all these three things. So Q0 with respect to 0 it is moving to Q2. Again Q2 with respect to 0 it is moving to Q0 comma Q1. And with respect to 1 it is moving to Q0. Q0 comma Q1 with respect to 0 it is moving to Q2, and with respect to 1 it is moving to Q0 comma Q2. With respect to 0 it is moving to Q0 comma Q1 comma Q2, and here it is moving back to 0. Here it is self loop and coming back again to Q0 comma Q2. So this is how you have to do your transition from your NFA to DFA.